My article is about the problem of evil in the history of Jewish theology. Obviously, the problem of evil, which roughly speaking is the problem of how a God with the traditional attributes of being all-powerful, all-knowing, and perfectly good, would create a world which contains the amount and depth and range of suffering which our world does. That is obviously a key problem for any reflective person of faith, and a really foundational question for Judaism as for other faiths. So I'm trying in the encyclopedia entry to draw on the very rich history of Jewish theological reflection on the problem of evil, and to include contemporary thinkers as well. The encyclopedia in general, I believe, is looking for a conceptual approach rather than a historical approach. So one could obviously do an historical survey of reflection on the problem of evil in Jewish theology. But what I've tried to do in the entry is to set things out conceptually by looking at the main approaches to the problem of evil in the contemporary philosophical debate, and to show how various strands and thinkers in Jewish tradition, as it were, fit under those categories of approach to the problem. I think evil is usefully described as something like all of the bad stuff that happens in the world. So as I point out near the beginning of the entry, philosophers tend to distinguish natural evil and moral evil. Natural evil being phenomena like earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, illness, and so on. So that's one big group of bad things which are out there in the world, which cause people to suffer. And there is also, of course, moral evil, in other words, the evil that human beings do to each other. Well, I hope that it would just serve as a jumping off point. I really enjoyed, in the process of writing the article, trying to fulfill one of the criteria in the instructions for authors, which was compendiousness. It was just to try and squeeze everything important in, even if it was only in a few words, and try and map out the terrain so that anyone who's interested in the history of Jewish theological reflection on the problem of evil, or contemporary Jewish theological reflection on it, will know what the bare outline is of the terrain, and where to go next, where to look more deeply.